Bob. Hello, everybody. I am like fidgeting with the camera. That is ridiculous. I thought I had it down, but I didn't. Look at that. Isn't that fun? So I'm going to cancel this, I think, in stream. No, you know what? Heck, what's the deal? Hello, everybody. I'm Robin Da Vinci. I have some technical problems sometimes, but we're good, right? Okay, today I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes, which I've done in the past. Really important. What happened before and after the pandemic? We're still in it, but for a lot of people going back to work, the ifs, ands, and buts about contracting. I am an independent contractor, so I know what I'm talking about. I've been an independent contractor for 37 years. What is an independent contractor? It is a person who is in business for themselves, has a business license and a structure set up, can take straight money. People can write a check to your LLC, your S Corp, or to you. You take care of the taxes and everything else that goes along with being an independent contractor. Oftentimes, independent contractors are called small business owners, right? Okay. Well, there are 3 reasons why you would be a contractor. First reason is that you're legitimately an independent contractor. You are in business for yourself. You have many clients. You use all your own equipment. You dictate your hours. No one sits over you and tells you what to do. You actually are free to do the work when you're doing it at the time you want to. Everything works out, right? That's an independent contractor. Business license, insurance, maybe employees, maybe not, but you have it down. And if you are a business owner, you hire all other business owners who can provide their own workers' comp insurance and show you that they're also a contractor, and then you can pay them straight money. By straight money, I mean they charge $6,000 for a job, you write them a check for $6,000. They're not your employee. The second reason you would be a contractor is because the person that gave you the job doesn't want to pay tax, doesn't want to pay payroll tax, doesn't want the hassle of an employer-employee relationship, doesn't want to pay workers' comp, doesn't want to have to do medical insurance. They don't want to match your Social Security and Medicare. They don't want to do any of those things. So that is why they might hire you as a contractor, even though that really is a wrong classification. Third reason you might be a contractor is because you're trying to screw someone out of something. You're saying, pay me under the table. Don't give me a 1099. Don't tell anybody I worked for you, and I won't have to pay any tax. Wrong, wrong, wrong. The only way you can be an independent contractor is if you qualify as an independent contractor by the rules set by both federal and state rules. And it's very clear. Look them up on Google. I can go into it more later. And indeed, I do have things on my website, robindavinci.com, about contractor versus employee. Now, an employer is someone where you use their equipment. They pay for your internet and cable. They pay for your phone. You use their equipment, or they dictate to you what work you do from 8 in the morning till 5 at night. If they have complete control over what you're doing, you're not a contractor. You have to understand the difference between a contractor and an employee. Now, as an employer, I have employees. The only way I can pay a contractor is if that person shows up with their business license, they sign an independent contractor agreement, and they agree that I can give them a 1099 if indeed they are not a corporation. That's a contractor. But if I'm just trying to get out of my 7.65% payroll tax and then my unemployment tax and all those other things and workers' comp, if that's what I'm trying to do, then I'm actually breaking the law. But the reason I bring this up is in COVID times, people don't have the money and they're taking jobs to get money. And I get it. I want to say to you, I understand. I've gone through some tough times, and taking straight money, maybe straight money under the table, means that you'll have more money to put food on the table or pay for your car payment, but it isn't legal. So be prepared. At least keep good records in case you get caught. Now, the only thing that has to happen to get caught, everybody, is if someone files a 1099 on you and sends it to the government, transmits it to the government, they don't give you a copy, or you moved and didn't get a copy, and you get a tax, you do your tax return and you don't show that income because they line up tax ID numbers. So hear me clear, because this is going to be a short video just to get the conversation started. If you are a contractor, someone has to give you a 1099. If you're saying, I'll do it for less if you won't give me a 1099, they're breaking the law, and so are you. Now, everybody says, oh, who will find out? Who will care? That's always the thing. Oh, who will care? It's not going to make any difference. I'm just a little person here. Well, with computers, thank you very much, everybody, they can hook you up right away and say, oh, look at this person made $4,000. This person issued a 1099, and this person who received the $4,000 didn't record it, didn't put it on their tax return. And then you get nailed for penalties and interest. And if the person who gave you the 1099 should have really classified you as an employee, they're going to get nailed too. The other thing I want to remind you, other than during the pandemic, COVID changed things. Contractors cannot apply for unemployment. If you are a contractor and you are working for only one person and you really should be their employee, you cannot apply for unemployment. And if you do, you're opening up a whole nother can of worms. So 1099s, not everybody is an independent contractor. If you don't have a business license, if you're not claiming your income, if you're having people pay you under the table because you need to survive, I understand. But in general, you want to get compliant as soon as you can. And employers, if you're trying to get out of that 7.65 and you're trying to get out of workers' comp and get out of all the things that go along with being an employer and having an employee, it could come back and bite you in the bottom. And I really try to coach people to avoid those circumstances. It's not good, trust me. And if you do try to collect unemployment, then it's going to go through a labor board. You're going to have to sue. You're going to have to do all these other things in order to make that work. So you cannot just go out there and say, I'm just going to be an independent contractor, and the person that's hiring you cannot do that. Now, here's the other thing before I close. If you're making $20 an hour as an independent contractor, you have to put aside 30% of that, or at least 25%. So you're really only netting $15 an hour. So understand that if you're going to be an independent contractor, you have to ask for an hourly rate or a job rate where you can put 25 to 30% in another account to save it for taxes. So don't go around spending all that hourly money. So let's say you work 10 hours for $50 an hour. That $500, at least $100 has to be put aside for taxes, even more, like $125 for tax every time you get a check. You have to put 25 to 30% away if you're going to be legit. So don't go spending all that untaxed money that you got, because it's going to eventually be taxed. I don't know how more clearly to say it, but most people aren't independent contractors and they're working as if they are. So that's one of my big things about being by the book. My name is Robin Da Vinci. I know we started out sketchy. It's been sort of a strange week. I have that advice on my website, robindavinci.com. Please like and subscribe. Come on, guys. We have to get back to life. We have to get back to being our best selves, and we have to get compliant. We have to do the right things. The more people do the right thing, the less tax we all have to pay. Trust me on that one. Thank you so much.